Hello everyone, welcome back to Just Frantic YouTube channel. In this video, we'll dive into a romantic comedy, Tamil blockbuster movie titled Dragon, which was released in 2025. Let the story begin. The story begins at AGS Engineering College, where the principal, Mr. A.S. Mailvahanan, welcomes the new batch of students and briefs them on the college's strict rules. During the introduction, he displays a photo of a boy and warns the freshers not to end up like him, a symbol of failure. But this raises an important question. Who is this boy, whose example is being used as a warning? To find out, friends, we need to go a little back in time. It all starts in 2014 with D. Raghavan, a hard-working and sincere 12th grade student who earns a gold medal in computer science. Riding high on his success, he finally confesses his feelings to his longtime crush, Anjana. But things don't go as planned because Anjana turns him down, admitting she's more into mischievous guys than well-mannered ones like Raghavan. Heartbroken, Raghavan undergoes a drastic change. He adopts a rebellious persona and starts calling himself Dragon. As a college student at AGS Engineering College in Vellore, he teams up with his close friend Anbu, and the two become infamous for their antics, racking up 48 backlog. Despite his poor academic performance, Dragon surprisingly earns the respect of his peers, setting the stage for a hilarious and heartwarming journey. Raghavan is suspended after getting into a fight during a college celebration. He rejects Dean Mailvahanan's offer of a second chance. After graduating from college, he uses his buddies and fiancée Kirthi to finance a meager allowance while tricking his parents into thinking he has an IT job. However, when Kirthi receives a promising marriage proposal, she breaks off their 6-year relationship, calling Raghavan a failure due to his lack of independence and unresolved backlog. Heartbroken, Raghavan has a wake-up call after a drunken accident. Determined to prove himself, he sets out to earn Rs 120,001, just 1 rupee more than Kirthi's potential groom's salary. But achieving that goal proves incredibly difficult because he hadn't completed his 48 backlogs yet. Anbu and Raghavan befriend Gautam, an affluent man who confesses to securing his job by manage to somehow a fraudulent B.Tech degree. Inspired by this, Raghavan seeks a similar degree from the same source. The organization's managing director, M.S. Rajesh, seeks 10 lakh rupees for it. To raise the amount, Raghavan pressures his father, Dhanapal, into selling their farmland. With the money, he procured the fake degree and tricked the interviewer during a video interview call with Vail Kumar, the CEO of a major company. As a result, Raghavan is offered a job with a salary of 16 lakhs per year. With a strong background in computer science, Raghavan quickly climbs the corporate ladder, earning multiple promotions and eventually a transfer to the United States. There, his lavish lifestyle catches the eye of wealthy businessman Parasuram, who is so impressed by Raghavan's luxury car and villa that he arranges his daughter Pallavi's marriage to him. As love blossoms between Raghavan and Pallavi, his past begins to catch up with him. Mailvahanan, an old acquaintance, recognizes him and confronts him about his fraudulent degree. Desperate to keep his secret, Dragon begs for silence. Mailvahanan agrees, on the condition that Raghavan clears all his debts in one shot within 3 months. Driven by fear of losing both his job and his marriage, Raghavan lies to his family, claiming he's attending training in Mumbai, and convinces Vail, his boss, to allow him to work from home under the pretense of a marriage commitment. Back at college, Raghavan struggles to readjust to campus life. Meanwhile, a mischievous junior, fascinated by Raghavan's infamous past, begins to stir up trouble. On the verge of quitting, Raghavan learns of Gautam's arrest for forging a degree, reigniting his resolve. With the support of Kirthi, because she is now a lecturer of her college, he sets his sights on acing the exams. As they reconnect, Kirthi expresses remorse for their troubled past, and the two find closure in a renewed friendship. Just before his final exam, meanwhile, Pallavi begins to suspect that Raghavan might be cheating on her, as he rarely makes time for her. To clear her doubts, she decides to surprise him with a visit to Mumbai. But Raghavan, still secretly living in his college hostel, panics at the news. Thinking quickly, he tells Pallavi not to come, claiming that he's already on his way to Chennai to surprise her, instead prompting Raghavan to make a frantic dash from Vellore to Chennai to meet her. When Pallavi arrives, her suspicions grow, but Raghavan quickly reassures her, swearing on his own life that there's nothing going on. He insists he's just been caught up with work, then race back to college in time for the exam. Completely drained, he accidentally falls asleep during the test. In desperation, he enlists Rajesh's help to switch answer sheets, allowing him to scrape through. Later, during a routine verification at work, Raghavan receives the long-awaited news. He has officially cleared all his backlogs and secured his job. By clearing 48 backlogs, Raghavan made history. He was now officially a graduate. Overwhelmed with joy, he and his close friend Anbu head straight to the principal's office. Principal Mailvahanan assumes Raghavan is there to complain or confront him, but to his surprise, Raghavan is there to deliver his wedding invitation. Touched by the gesture, the principal becomes emotional. However, on the day of his wedding, Raghavan receives shocking news from Cuddy Dragon. Their classmate Venkat has attempted suicide. Concerned, Raghavan rushes to Venkat's side. There, he learns that Venkat, who had been working tirelessly since his first year to land a job at Google, failed his final exam. Raghavan tries to console him, saying failure isn't the end, but the truth is far more devastating. Venkat reveals that his exam paper had been swapped. Horrified, Raghavan realizes what's happened. During his own final exam, he had fallen asleep and, with Rajesh Consultancy's help, secretly swapped answer sheets, unknowingly with Venkat's. That single act cost Venkat his dream. Crushed by guilt, Raghavan decides to take responsibility. He calls off his wedding with Pallavi and confesses everything. Though he knows he may never undo the damage, he's determined to do what's right. Raghavan surrenders to the police and is sentenced to 6 months in jail for exam forgery. In just a matter of moments, his life spirals from a promising future in America to a prison cell. But there's a silver lining. Because of Raghavan's confession, Venkat's original exam paper is restored. With his backlogs cleared, Venkat finally lands his dream job at Google. Raghavan may have lost his path, but his act of redemption lit the way for someone else's future. After serving his sentence, Raghavan humbly starts working as a food delivery agent. One day, by sheer coincidence, he ends up delivering an order to none other than Principal Mailvahanan's house. Later that same day, as Raghavan returns home, he's shocked to find the principal sitting there, this time not as an authority figure, but as a father hoping to discuss his daughter's marriage with Raghavan. Initially, Raghavan refuses to entertain the proposal and asks him to leave. But just then, his daughter walks in, and the moment Raghavan sees her, he's completely taken aback. Something shifts in him. He falls for her instantly. And that, dear friends, is where our story ends. If you enjoyed this emotional journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take care and stay inspired.